Hey everyone, Bill Constane, Freedom Wealth TV, and what a day. I came to you last night with a video telling you about the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates a full point to zero and how it may impact the market today. I said by about 1,000 points. Well, this was the biggest down day by points in the history of the stock market. The second from a percentage basis, we were down almost 3,000 points. And that was on a day where the market was supposed to go higher. When the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates, typically money goes swooping into the stock market because they don't want money sitting around in cash. They're trying to stimulate the market. So we're going to be going over this and giving you some of my perspective and solutions. Looking forward to hearing your opinions as well. If this is the type of content that you like to hear, go ahead and smash that like button, give a positive comment, and of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell. All right, here we go. Stock market news live. Coronavirus jitters, right? Sends down swooning to worst ever point loss. Closes at near 3-year low. So what's happened here in the last couple of weeks is we've erased 3 years worth of gains. I was here on YouTube alerting you that this was going to happen, in my humble opinion. The virus is spreading around, but more importantly, the media is just, of course, warning people and taking extra precaution, maybe taking the right precaution. And businesses are getting squeezed right now, and I was extremely, extremely concerned. So for all of you that are clients, you haven't lost a dollar. Congratulations. For those that haven't made a move to cash or have got into indexing, it may not be too late. The question is, how much more money can you afford to lose? Take a look at the marketplace. S&P down 11.98% today. So when we're talking about great gains for the years, 6%, 8%, 10%, this is 12, 13% for the day. The Russell 2000, 14%. Crude oil actually up 1%, $29 a barrel. So this is Yahoo Finance. I'm going to show you something else as well. Here's a short video that you can see. Dow worst point loss ever. Let's see if we can hear this.
Andy Serwer, and it was quite the sell-off heading into the closing bell today. Historic. We had the markets recording their worst day since '87. The Dow suffering its worst point loss ever. You can see the Dow off. It did dip below, selling off over 3,000, but did settle at 29.97. The S&P and the Nasdaq also suffering significant point losses here. Andy, when President Trump was asked just in terms of what we could see going forward, he was asked about whether or not the economy would be heading into a recession. And he surprised, I think, some people there by saying we might be.
Yeah, and that, of course, is a big change from just a couple days ago. In his defense, this is a very fast developing story that we're on, and things are changing. I mean, a lot of people say you could have seen a recession coming last week, but it becomes more apparent, more obvious. And so, what's to like with what's going on right now? I mean, there are not many good signs.
What's so interesting about the recession note is we had guests, rolling through our live shows about a year ago predicting a recession coming, remember? And that was tariffs, was with Brexit. There were a lot of global slowdown concerns. That was pre-coronavirus. Then things got very good and stocks were going up and everyone said, okay, no recession, recession's on ice. Well, coronavirus comes, black swan event, if you buy that label, and really changed the narrative.
Well, you have to be wary, Dan, of people who predict 7 out of 4 of the last recessions, because those people are always around, and but this is the real thing. You said black swan, and that's really interesting to me because this is a black swan event, but it's a little bit different because 9/11 was a real black swan. Like for 99.99% of the population, it was a complete surprise. Now, there were a few people in DOD who maybe saw things. But this thing, it's like a black swan. I was talking to Jen Rogers about it and just saying, like, it was a black swan. You saw it over on the other side of the pond.
Exactly right.
And it's just swimming closer and closer.
I don't think it's going to come here.
No, but so it wasn't a complete surprise, but it's just kind of coming, right? And it's really hitting us full bore. although you could argue that it hasn't completely hit the United States full bore yet.
And I want to get your thoughts just in terms of, we were talking about last hour briefly, just in terms of what we think investors want to see at this point. So far we have seen the Fed take action a couple of times. It doesn't seem to do enough to reassure the markets. We've been talking about the fact that we need some sort of fiscal response. We need the administration to step in. When we were listening to that press conference from the task force, there was nothing really new that they laid out. I think anything really that was new was, one, the timeline, and that was actually something that spooked the markets. We had Dr. Fauci, or President Trump really was the first one to say that this could actually last into July, maybe even August. So there's still so much uncertainty out there. So we could see more down days ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, what people want to see, I think, Shawna, is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, which is to say massive fiscal programs. And that runs against the DNA of this administration, of any Republican administration, right? In other words, this is a time for big government. And these are people who don't believe in big government. But it's a little challenging because traditional government programs wouldn't work. Like, you can't have infrastructure if you're social distancing, right? So what I think it means is concrete steps to seek to provide relief for people who may be losing their jobs and small and medium-sized businesses. You've got this huge gig economy. All these people are going to be in harm's way. All these small and medium-sized businesses, restaurants are going to be shutting down. And so to have a plan that would address those specific problems, I think would go a long way towards bolstering confidence and maybe even the markets.
All right. Well, there you have it. All right. So okay, good. So like to hear what your thoughts were on that video. Thank you, Yahoo Finance, for that. Stocks cratered on Monday with Dow Jones Industrial Average suffering its worst ever loss on a point basis. Love to hear if you guys are making money in this market. I know some people are making money on it. Some people are flat. If you're doing indexing with a zero floor, you haven't lost a penny, which is great. So when the market goes up, you'll actually make. Federal Reserve rescue, no help. That's the big story. Stock futures had opened sharply lower Sunday evening after the Federal Reserve launched a massive monetary stimulus program that included cutting rates to effectively zero. It's my opinion people that were in the know that knew this was going to happen bought the market Friday afternoon around 3:30, 4 o'clock before the market closed, anticipating that the average investor was going to get excited about this news. It backfired on the insiders. So all of those gains and more came dropping down. So my thing is, guys, I'm just going to keep it real simple. Are you investing or are you gambling? Up 10%, up 12%. If you're someone that wants a steady rate of return, 5, 6, 7%, you want to work your business, is this the best way to go moving forward? I don't know. So let's look here. Wall Street Fear Index surges to highest level in history as Dow plunges. And I'll tell you, that's usually a sign to me that things are oversold. When the fear index is as near the highest level, that means it's probably oversold. So maybe it is. But then I ask myself, what are these earnings going to look like? I keep saying that on the videos. What is Disney going to look like when when the parks are closed and their cruises aren't going out, but they're still paying approximately 70,000 employees? Hey, I applaud them that they are taking care of their people. But as far as the stockholders, when you're not making money, maybe on their movies and their TV, but not their cruises, not their parks, and of course they're going to suffer in their restaurants and hotels, they're still paying all their employees. A lot of big companies doing the right thing, paying their employees, but are they doing the right thing for the stockholder? And I think that earnings reports are going to be atrocious the next 2 quarters. So there you have it. Those are some of the numbers here. Well, I'm feeling good. I'm sorry if you guys have lost money, but then again, if you haven't sold, you haven't lost, right? But the question is, how far is this gonna go? Is it gonna go lower? It's gonna go much lower. I'm gonna keep repeating this. If there was a way to guarantee your money, only capture the upside and not the downside, how many of you would take advantage of that? It exists. Hit the like button, comment, let me know if you need some help, you want a free consultation. We can guarantee your money. We have companies that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars. We even have a couple of companies that manage over $1 trillion that will put a guarantee around your account, give you the upside of the market, and guarantee that you will not lose any money. So if that sounds interesting, go ahead and email me, comment below. Let's get proactive. Stay safe, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one. God bless you and your family, and have a great one.